Well, hello, welcome to our Mountain Standard Time. It's about 10 o'clock, 10:05, and you are tuned into the Resource Report with your girl, Shay J. and Jice Johnson. Welcome to the Resource Report for the Culture. This is a show that addresses the latest relevant and vetted resources for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's episode is sponsored by the one and only Chinook. Chinook is a fund and a foundation that supports grassroots organizations that really are a part of the social and economic justice. Make sure you visit www.chinookfund.org to learn more about their impact and how they're impacting right near you. Now, let me go ahead and put out the disclaimer. A lot of the resources that we have brought you are limited. So remember, the latest and relevant vetted resources may be gone at any time. So that means I need you to hop on right after the resource report and take action, because we never know how limited it may just be. Welcome. What's up, Jice?
Hey, everyone. Good morning. It's hump day.
It's hump day. And let's help you get over that hump. Make sure you share this out right now. Make sure if you're not on our YouTube channel, find us at CTN Media on YouTube. Share, like, subscribe. Let's keep supporting independent Black media. Make sure you stay engaged. And remember, you may not need these resources, but someone you know does. Share it out. Don't be selfish with the resources.
Absolutely.
Let's hop right in.
Let's hop in.
Let's do it. I think we should go ahead and start with human resources and jobs and just kind of talk a little bit about that. Highlight what we've been highlighting, Central 70. It's a big project.
Absolutely. So Central 70 is still going on. They are still hiring. Also, we want to just throw out there, if you have jobs, we know that right now jobless claims are skyrocketed in the entire country. And so Colorado is no different. But if you do have job opportunities, we encourage you to send them in. We will push them out. So right now we know for a fact that Central 70 is still hiring. They definitely are trying to get folks through the door. Remember that you do not have to be already in the field or in the industry of construction. They will train you. There are entry-level positions. There's paid training and all of that. So if you're looking for work, if you're looking for a new career path and something that is going to be sustainable, that might be an option. Some of these young folks coming out of that just graduated and are coming out of high school and college may or may not be an option, but trade school certainly should be included in what that looks like. And there are a lot of paid apprenticeships and things as well. So you want to take a look there. Again, the link is in the description box, and you can go on and find out a lot of information from all the different unions and other subcontractors that are there.
Absolutely. So again, if you go to info@bbiprofessional.com, you can share with us some opportunities that you may have available. We're going to go ahead and look into our services department. In services, Brothers Redevelopment Inc. is still offering services, and these are senior assistant services. So if you are involved with the elderly person that may need a little bit of help, especially post-COVID, during COVID, whatever this is, Brothers Redevelopment wants to make sure that the seniors get their help during this time.
Perfect. So also remember, there is a lot going on in terms of mental health, and we want to make sure that you know there are abundance of resources that are available for mental health. We need to tap into that. I cannot stress that enough. We have been traumatized as a community. These other things that are happening that are additional factors on top of what's going on in our community, we cannot take that lightly. So there are a couple of opportunities that are here. One is the Center for Trauma and Resilience. They have a 24-hour hotline. It is in English. It is in Spanish. And in that same vein, there's also Regis Center for Counseling and Family Therapy. Their services are provided at low or no cost. Okay, so they also have a phone number in the description box and a email if you need to set an appointment.
Absolutely. Again, during COVID, we understand that people have been falling on hard times. Don't fall on hard times without getting your resources. Denver Water is responding to you. If you need help keeping your water on, if you have a past bill, a current bill, whatever that is, Denver Water wants to help and they want to be a response. Excuse me, in the same vein, so does Xcel Energy. They're offering you help. If you need to keep those lights on, you're struggling with a past bill or a current bill, do not be afraid to reach out to help. Again, all this information is in the description box.
All right. So we want to hit our youth. There's a lot going on for youth. So let's just start by announcing that schools are open for registration. So there's a lot of controversy about what that looks like.
Tune into our other show to hear about that.
Right. That part. So we're not here to talk about the controversy. We are here to let you know that almost every school that we're aware of has a online option and potentially a in-school option. They are looking at safe distance or social distancing procedures. All the school districts have some level of guidance from the state, and they're still trying to figure out what that looks like in many places. But know that the schools are open for registration. Even if you are intending to do school at home, then you still want to find out and get information from your school district so that you can make sure that you're in line for whatever resources they have that will allow you to do school at home.
Absolutely. You'veSeen.org. They're helping. We know during this time, our students are being affected just as the adults in the neighborhood from grief, loss, and sometimes this causes eating disorders, psychological, disorders, and moments of abuse in the home. You'veSeen.org wants to make sure they're there for your students. They want to help and give you some free to low cost assistance. In that same vein, we have Lance and Regina Gross who are offering their mental health and mentoring services as low as $50 per hour. If you don't have that, they are willing to work with you. So please, let's make sure that we are being committed to getting our youth the best help possible. And sometimes I think it's important that we make sure that they look and feel like us. So shout out to Lance and Regina for being Black people in our community that are offering these services to our youth.
Absolutely. So we also have Youth United University that starts now. So if you have a middle schooler, if you have a child in middle school, you can go ahead and get them signed up. That is a virtual learning summer cohort. They have a focus on social justice, so which is very applicable to what's going on. And so if you want your kids to be involved in that, again, that's 6th through 8th grade. So that's middle school. That's happening now.
Right now. Library Power Pass. There's a Power Pass for your students. Those students that want to do a little bit more robust learning, they have offered right here Library Power Pass. This is in the Colorado Springs and also available in Pikes Peak area. What this is looking at is giving your students free access to online learning that is outside of school. So to keep them going, to keep them moving. So make sure that you get your students involved if they want a little bit more robust training.
Absolutely. All right. BCDI, BCDI Denver and the Project Proud Fatherhood present the 5th annual Watch Me Read, Watch Me Succeed Literacy Boot Camp. So this is geared toward 3 to 8 years old. It starts tomorrow. It's from tomorrow through the end of the month. You can go ahead and get signed up. They are talking about the Harlem Renaissance. This is for our preschool and very early education children. So early elementary and preschool kids. 3. Yes, our kids can read at 3. 3 years old, you want to get them involved in that program. I believe is for free, and it starts tomorrow. So go ahead and get signed up today. That link is in the description box.
Absolutely, thank you, Jice. Moving forward with that, still recreations and sports programs. We know that things have slowed down during COVID. We know you're unsure where to send your kids, how they can be involved, what they can do. So what the city of Aurora has done, they have made sure with the Recs and Sports program that they tell you exactly what recreation centers are open, what they're offering, how social distance looks, how to operate in the new norm. So make sure you check them out at Recreational and Sports Programs, the City of Aurora. Again, all this information is in the description box below.
All right. I think that is it for our youth. What's going on for our youth? So you make sure that you address that and get involved in what's happening there. Get the kids involved in some things. We know I'm not even going to get into what's been going on lately because that's not the purpose of this show, but get your kids involved in some things.
Please.
We have to be more proactive in what our kids are doing on a day-to-day basis. And as a mom, I'm going to just leave it right there. All right. Housing and food.
Housing and food. I like that. I like how you transition very smoothly.
Go transition.
Housing and food. Food banks of the Rockies. What I love about this is that we know we have so many different people that are helping in this food vein, but food banks of the Rockies, what they do, they let you put in your zip code so you can find something near you. A food pantry that can help you that is near you. So go to Food Banks of the Rockies to get something a little bit more robust. If you're saying, hey, I'm in a different area that you guys don't talk about, but I'm in some vein of Colorado, Food Bank of the Rockies wants to make sure you have the services that you need that are close to you.
Absolutely. All right. So Denver just released their emergency food relief fund. So now if you are a nonprofit that deals with getting food to the community, so that would be folks like Struggle of Love, that would also be, I don't know why they just left me right now. Restoration Christian
Center. There we go.
And some of these others that we're looking at. If you are involved in getting resources and specifically food out to the community, then this is the fund for you. So they have emergency food relief funds for organizations. So shout out to our nonprofits that exist that are operating in this space. Again, tag somebody, push this information out that applies to them so they can get the resources out to you. So this fund is not for the average person. It is for our organizations who can go in, the nonprofits who are doing this work can then push that out and get you get food out to our communities. Okay. So that link is also in the description box as well. And that's coming from the city and county of Denver.
Excellent. Women, women, women. You know, we're a champion for you women. We want to make sure that you have shelter during this time, and not just shelter, but you're in a safe area. Please make sure you check out the women's shelters. Womenshelters.org provides information of where you can lay your head down, where if you're traveling with an infant, where you can be. Which you go into the website, and I love that they put it out per zip code, per area, what you're looking for. So please, again, subscribe, like, and share, because you may be with home, but somebody right next to you is without, and maybe just without a safe place to lay their head. So make sure we're getting that information out there.
Absolutely. Then there's also food pantries. So that is also another food pantry. And I know we're kind of mixing food and shelter in here together, but they're both very necessary. So all together, they are also in the description box. So if you lose us anywhere, that's where you can go, is the description box. Okay. But food pantries is in Aurora. And so again, another location for food, right? So there's multiple places that you can go and get food. And we mentioned already Struggle of Love, which is like, shout out to them. They have been up and running and consistent. And so big ups. They're open 9 to 5. They are located at 1200 East 47th Avenue in Denver. So a food pantry in Aurora, food pantry in Denver. Make sure that you stop out there if you are in need, or if you know someone who is in need, make sure you share the information. The descriptions, the links and descriptions and information is in the description box.
Boom. Again, shout out to Struggle Love. We appreciate what you're doing in our very own community. We want to look now at COVID-19 eviction defense program and project. So for those of you out there that are going through this, that you were behind a couple, months on rent, or you're still trying to catch up, or whatever that looks like for you, what they have done now is made not only an eviction defense program, but giving you access to free to low cost lawyers. So you can lawyer up, you can get the assistance you need to make sure that you are in shelter during this time. We know it's a pandemic. We know income is shaky. So we want to make sure you have access to these sources of help.
Absolutely. All right. And the last one is Heart and Hand Center for Food and Essentials. So again, another location where you can not only get food, but also some other essentials and things that you may need. And that is at 2758 Welton Street. And they are there every Wednesday. So that is today from 4 to 6. So if you are in need, you are over on that side of town, you want to head down there today from 4 to 6 and every Wednesday.
Absolutely. And I want to say thank you for everybody that's tapping in right now to the resource report. You're watching the resource report for the culture. Please like, subscribe, share. This is what independent Black media looks like. And this is how we help our community come up together. Everybody that's sending me resources right now, I'll make sure I shout out your resources at the end. They won't be in the description box today, but we'll make sure we get them in for next week. Again, if you have resources, please, 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 this is about everybody for everybody. Go into info@bbiprofessional.com and send us your resource. We want to make sure that our community has access to you and you have access to our community. So thank you guys for tuning in. Going into business and financial, like we know, economics is the key to any type of real success. Let's be real, mindset and economics, hand in hand. So we want to go to that next portion. Energize Colorado, they are small business assistants. So for those of you that are looking for business, legal programming, anything small business assistant wise, Energize Colorado has given, again, free to no cost services. They also have something they're doing with Yelp. And what Yelp is doing, they're giving you free advertisement during this time. So let your business be seen, let your business be heard, all those great things for free to no cost during the time when we know it's relevant that you keep your doors open.
Absolutely. And This again is for our organization. So if you are a youth organization, NASA has funding for STEM programming. Yes. So shout out to Crows on the Block, shout out to the Jekyll Foundation. There are a lot of STEM programs that are up, that are in our community. And so I don't know if, I know Lumumba Sayers and Shalonda Haggerty are running some programming. I don't know if that counts in STEM. But again, just shout out to some of our youth programming that is up and running. If you have a STEM program, okay, this is a one-year program. It does not have to be inside of a museum or planetarium. They are serving those also, but they are looking at youth serving organizations. So again, make sure that you push this out to some of those folks. They have awards that range between $100,000 to $175,000 for a maximum duration of 1 year. They have a contact in there if you have general inquiries, and then you can actually go in there and find out more about that. The applications are due mid-August. So you have a little bit of time, about a month, but you're applying for a 6-figure grant for programming. So you want to go ahead and make sure that you get started on that now. That's my
absolutely.
And saying, hey guys, don't wait till the 11th hour. Let's get our application in there. Let's get some of that NASA funding here in Denver, Colorado for our youth.
Absolutely. Again, some of these resources are limited. When you're looking at some legal, Colorado COVID Small Business Legal Program, just by itself, you need legal programming. This is the time right now. I know right at BBI, we're making sure we're getting all of our contracts up and going in different ways that we weren't as robust about, and we're looking at every aspect of how things can be done the right way. If nothing else, COVID has shown you, if things are not in the right place during hard times, they get in a worse position than they were before. Get the legal assistance while it's free to zero to no cost. So get that resource. It's Colorado COVID Small Business Legal Program.
There you go. All right. So the Black Resilience Fund in Colorado, again, just continued praises for these guys who are out here doing the work. This is a collaboration between the Denver Foundation, DAP, which is the Denver African American Philanthropist, Mile High United Way. I really feel like I'm forgetting someone in here, but I know it's at least those three. I'm so sorry for whoever I'm missing. But the most important thing is, we're expecting this portal to open up at any minute. So they were scheduled to open up mid-July. It is mid-July. As of this morning, the portal was not open, but we are actively expecting that portal to open up at any minute. So these grant awards are going to range between $5,000 and $25,000 for Black-led and Black-serving nonprofits. So again, some funding opportunities that we can go ahead and access for our community to push back the resources and the tools and all of that inside of our community. So be on the lookout for that. We're hoping by next week we can report that portal is in fact open. But you can go on to Denver Foundation now and request any additional information, find out where their funding priorities are and things of that sort. So you want to head to denverfoundation.org/Black Resilience.
Black Resilience. These ones, I'm just going to go ahead and couple these together. Centennial grants, Eaglewood grants. It's grants. It's grant season. Go get your grants. Again, all the information will be in our description box below. It's time to get that free money. There's nothing better than free money. So get your free money. Especially when it's not attached to other things. And then bank online. If you're looking for a bank, we want to get you out of using those Walmart cards and those pretend things that don't attach to anything. And if you have some bad banking history, what I love about them is that they will work with you and get you in a position so that you have a reliable banking source. So bank online information will be in the description box below.
Excellent. And so I'm going to talk about all of before I talk about these 4 things in succession, I want to remind you about the African Leadership Group, so ALG. They do have cash assistance. As of this morning, that link was still open and available to take applications, so we assume they still have funding. So if you need cash assistance, you want to go ahead and, again, link in the description box, but you want to go ahead and find out if you can qualify for any of that cash assistance that's coming from the African Leadership Group. So shout out to them. They are always doing some great work in the community, and we appreciate their partnership. All right, so I'm going to talk about all of these together because it really just depends on what your preference is. We have a Black Business Initiative. That's us. Shameless plug. No. We have the Black Business Initiative. We have our Now to Connect Business Advisory Services. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and check that out. There's a form in the description box. If you are looking for help with your business to grow it, to pivot it, to start it, you can make sure that you get in touch with us. We will help you there. If you are a construction-based business, specifically construction-based business, we have other programming that is built and designed just for you. Again, the link is in the description box. You want to go ahead and make sure that you check that out. If you have a construction-based business, if you are in the industry of construction, so these are not jobs, these are the businesses, but we have resources and programming specifically for you to help you navigate through this myriad of development. In that same group, we also have Metro Deep. So Metro Deep is a pipeline. So if you need a variety of assistances, financial, business, and other services of that sort, you can go in and get signed up with them, and they will walk you through. They will assign you a single point of contact who can help walk you through, and they have built a strong pipeline of partner organizations that they can then help you navigate through those resources to help you get what you need. So you also want to check out the link in the description box for them. That's Metro Deep. Shout out to them, metrodeep.com.
Excellent. And this part of our show is powered by Shop Talk Live. Shop Talk Live uses barbershops in African American communities as a staging ground for community forums. What I love about Shop Talk is that they serve as a bridge to connect the community to resources and each other. Visit Shop Talk Live at www.shoptalklive.org. Make sure you're a part of their robust conversations. Now we're going to go in a little bit about as we're wrapping up the show, some things that you just want to keep your eye out for. A petition. There is a petition that I'm particularly fond of. Change Rhino back to the 5 points. Please and thank you. I'm from Denver, so this means a lot to me. Go ahead, check out the description box below so you can change Rhino back to the 5 points where it belongs.
Absolutely. So it's taken years to get Stapleton to get their name changed, but you know what? I think momentum is on our side. So let's work on that. And then the last thing that we have, or the last thing that I have, Shay may have a few more things. I don't know. I'm not speaking for you. I'm just letting you know it's the last thing on my list. The noise variance hearing. So these are things that we complain about, right? But then we're not often at the table to have these conversations. Have your voice heard, okay? So Kiewit is requesting an extension on their existing noise variance, okay? So basically they want to make noise in your neighborhood at certain times of the day or the night that may not be all that friendly or convenient for you. So if you care about the noise that's happening with some of the Kiewit projects, you want to go down to the Denver Board of Public Health and Environment, so DDPHE. The hearing is set for August 13th, Thursday, August 13th at 5:30. As of right now, they do not have a location for the hearing. How convenient. However, you can also visit their website for more information, and we will try to stay up on that. If you care about the noise going on in your neighborhood and if you want Kiewit to extend it, okay. But if you want to let Kiewit know how you really feel, then you want your voice heard at this hearing. And that's something important. We need to have our voices heard. And I lied. That wasn't the last thing I have, but okay.
It's not. But she's going to go into her last thing before we do that. We want to talk about the fund that was just released it has not been released, but the conversation has been released. Mayor Hancock and his team is now releasing $125,000 to anybody that are servicing the young people. And this means anybody servicing anybody in Southwest Denver, North Denver, Northeast, any of those areas. They are trying to make sure that they get the organizations the money. It's $125,000. They're awarding 17 different organizations with these funds. What I say is get on it right away, especially you that are doing the real work. I would love to see you funded. As we get more information, we'll absolutely share it with you. Make sure that you get in contact with Hancock and his team and make sure that these funds are awarded to people doing the real work. Again, it's only going to be 17 organizations. And some people say they're an organization. It's only one of them doing a lot of things. So we just need to make sure the money gets to the right people that are actually helping our youth, especially in a time like this.
So I'm just going to say all of the organizations that apply, make sure you let them know that more than $125,000 split between 17 organizations is needed. All right. That's none of my business.
That wasn't for this show.
Oh, okay. All right. But there is $125,000. Okay. All right. So these are not in the description box, okay? Not in the description box. But as we have a little bit more information, we will have them out by next week in the description box. What we do know is that the governor has been busy with his legislative team. There is direct housing assistance. Now, this is from the state level. How they're disseminating this, again, is a little bit vague to me. So hopefully by next week, we'll have a little bit more clarity, but direct housing assistance as people are struggling to cover their rent and their mortgage. So they are stating, this is directly from the governor, they are stating for rent and mortgage. Also help for families to pay utility bills. So we know that utility bills are not being cut off, but they are still growing. So you do want to address that and make sure that once some of these provisions, come off, that you're not up here with a lot of bills. So they have help for utility bills and help for food. So again, housing, utility, food, and support for small businesses. There are both loans and grants. And they also have assistance for those who are struggling with mental illness or domestic violence. That's a huge thing. They have approved $250 million in climber loans to continue to assist small business. So there's a lot that's kind of going on. They did enact some legislation to provide paid sick leave for Colorado employees. And of course, that's very vital right now. We'll have more information. I'm not sure if that is like Colorado state employees or if that is a mandate that's going out for all small businesses or businesses in general to provide paid sick leave for their employees, or exactly how that's coming down the pipe. But if you are still employed, it looks like there may be something in alignment here if you are in need of paid sick leave. So, there are some other legislation coming out around reforming policing in our communities and things of that sort. So there's a lot coming out from the governor's office. We don't have full clarity on it. We are working to get that, and then we will push that out as well. But we do know that there is a host of assistance that's coming down the pipe. So we want to make sure we're on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. Before we wrap up, again, if you have resources, do me a favor, go to info@bbiprofessional.com. Shoot us an email with your resources. We want to make sure that this is as robust for our community as possible. I see Jason Shengos tell me the Elements of Discovery, Rosanna Santiago. These are people I believe that are helping in the mental health space, and their website is innerself@wisdom.com. Again, this is not in our description box, but it's something that I will get up. I'm seeing Elements of Discovery as a huge helping hand. I've seen another one, but there's too many comments coming up, so I can't keep track of all these. But you guys, do me a favor. Shoot us a text message at info@bbiprofessional.com. I want to make sure your resources are included. You have tuned in to the official resource report for the culture with your girls, Shay J and Jice Johnson. Thank you guys for watching the resource report. Remember, we hope this episode brought you closer to not just surviving, but thriving. It's for the culture. We'll keep bringing it to you. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and keep supporting independent Black media. You can find us on YouTube at CTN Media, and we hope that you have a beautiful day over.